First goal in the Philadelphia Union vs Nashville SC match. This one comes courtesy by Nashville's Sam Surridge in the 15th minute. We can see highlighted on your screen Hani Mukhtar with the yellow circle and then Danley John Jock. It's important to note because Hani's in Nashville's defensive half of this field and he's going to go ahead and just reset the play. And you'll notice Danley eventually tracks off of Hani, but he starts a play following him, and then he eventually lets him go, and Jacob Glesnes gets pulled out of position, so Hani resets the play right there, pass into Walker Zimmerman. You can see the Union have this covered initially defensively with Wagner, Macania, Glesnes, and Westfield. All four of the defenders for the Union are just man-marking their attackers. It's 1v1 defending, they got it covered, and Danley John Jock, he needs to just track back. He needs to follow the run of Hani Mukhtar, and you can see it's just not going to happen there. Hani goes in between both Lukić and Danley here on this play. Nobody picks him up, and so the play is going to go back to Walker Zimmerman. He picks out the pass to Hani Mukhtar. Glesnes out of position, fouls Mukhtar, but it's advantage given here to Surridge because he's in with the chance. It's good defending initially by Frankie Westfield, but you see both Westfield and Glesnes challenge for the ball. It's good patient play there by Surridge to give Nashville the 1-0 lead. And it's a play that Jacob Glesnes did not need to make. Glesnes should have held his position here on this play, but Hani Mukhtar, the difference maker, the danger man for Nashville, and it's something you can bet that Bradley Carnell made a point all week to his team to pay attention to Hani Mukhtar. You can see a better view here. Look, you didn't have this covered defensively. It's just 1v1 defending against all four of the attackers here by Nashville in this play. You can see Hani in between the two midfielders and Lukić and Danley, and then the defense. And all it needed to be was Danley following Hani Mukhtar here on this play. You can see him looking up, knows he's out of position. Foul there by Jacob Glesnes. Does no favors whatsoever for Frankie Westfield right here on this play. It's good defending initially by Westfield, but then the veteran forward just patient here. He's picking his moment, sends Frankie to the ground. Jacob Glesnes comes flying in there. Blake initially gets a hand save to this, but yeah, it's a goal that really shouldn't have happened. It's a challenge Glesnes didn't need to make there, and it's, again, a good veteran presence by Sam Surridge to take his time and send two defenders to the ground, and it's 1-0 Nashville. In this game comes courtesy by Jovan Lukić to tie the game up at 1 apiece. We can see the Union have a corner kick here with Kai Wagner. Before Kai takes his corner kick, let's look at how the Union line up here on this set piece. And so we've seen the last couple games, it's been Jacob Glesnes running towards the front post. This set piece, it's going to be Ty Baribo running in towards that front post with Jacob Glesnes all the way on the back post there. And you'll see a couple other players just crashing that front post with Daniel Gazdag and Mika Uwa on this play. Nashville lined up in that little green area there on your screen. 4 players playing a zonal marking. Everybody else for Nashville just playing man marking. Then you have Lukić there, the goal scorer. Nobody's marking him up. Nobody's expecting him to be involved in this play, as they shouldn't. But it's the cross in by Wagner right here. Gets cleared away by Nashville. Nobody challenges for the ball, and it's a clean hit there by Lukić to tie this game at 1 apiece. Joe Willis down on the play because he has a little bit of contact there from the defender. Gets in his way as Willis goes and challenges for the ball. It's not the greatest of clearances by Nashville on that play. They did not leave the box fast enough, and it's a wonderful hit there by Lukić for his second goal in 2 games for the Union. Joe Willis, again, just down there in pain after he took a challenge from his defender there. We'll see that one more time, but yeah, it's not the greatest of ball sent in by Kai Wagner. He opts to go towards that back post, towards Jacob Glesnes on this play. We'll see it one more time here on the replay. And so it's the ball whipped in here by Kai Wagner. Joe Willis comes for that, misses the ball completely because the defender's clearing it out, and then nobody for Nashville reacts quick enough, and it's Lukić aware of the situation, and it's a wonderful hit there by Lukić. You can see just Daniel Gazdag right there. I know it's hard to see, and Frankie Westfield also involved right there on that play, and such a great hit there by Jovan Lukić. Just nobody closes down this ball quick enough. It's wonderful technique. Yes, no goalies in the box, but to get that ball past so many defenders, wonderfully hit by Lukić. Goal in this game scored by Nashville's Ahmed Qasem here to give Nashville the 2-1 lead in the 44th minute. And again, it's just playing out of the back as Nashville did on the first goal. Nobody really challenging the ball here by Nashville, just able to quickly build up. And so that ball gets played out wide left to Daniel Lukić, and you're going to see Frankie Westfield just quickly try to go and close this play down, and he's not able to close this down quick enough. Daniel Gazdag probably could have done a little bit better here, probably not have been sucked inside the midfield as much as he was on this play, which then pulls Frankie Westfield out of position here on this play, which then also brings Jacob Glesnes out of position, which then it's an easy ball over the top here by Lukić into Qasem. It's our first time ball just lifted over the top. Qasem has Jacob Glesnes beat, one touch, lifts his head, and beats Andre Blake at his far post there to give Nashville the 2-1 lead in the 44th minute. And yeah, after a wonderful goal by Jovan Lukić, the Union a few minutes later just gave up a goal, and you saw BJ Callahan just say, focus, focus, don't lose our heads there. And Nashville are going to go into the half in the lead, 2-1, but we'll get the replay once again, slow everything down, and just look at the build-up here by Nashville. And yeah, just a lot of guys in the wrong position. And so Frankie Westfield just tries to close down this ball. Again, Daniel Gazdag probably should have been farther out wide here, but leaves Frankie Westfield on an island. By the time the ball gets played out to Lukić, Frankie can't do anything about it. It pulls Jacob Glesnes out of position a little bit here on this play. And where Glesnes was initially, that's where the ball gets played. And Qasem's always going to be faster than Jacob here on this play. It's going to let this bounce a couple times, a pass, a touch, and it's in the back of the net there by Qasem. It's a good ball played in by Daniel Lukić, and Andre Blake tries to close off the angle. Nothing he can do there. It's a wonderful hit. Better angle here on the goal. Just Andre Blake, just a little bit too late to react to this. It's a wonderfully struck ball by Qasem, who gets his second goal in 2 games for Nashville. Only makes sense to now go in order. This game 2-1 at this point. Nashville, I'm going to go ahead and get lucky. They absolutely get lucky on this play. It should have been a clear penalty on Daniel Lukić, on Quinn Sullivan here on this play. You see Lukić lose the ball on the own half of the field, but it's a good tackle there by Mukhtar to win back position. It's a long ball up top by Kai Wagner into Quinn Sullivan, who's going to head it towards the penalty area, and then gets completely taken out there by Daniel Lukić. It's unbelievable that wasn't given. We can go ahead and just see this a couple more times because, it's a play that did go to VAR. VAR said there's enough for the referee to go ahead and have a look, and the referee eventually says, hey, look, the call's correct on the field that this is no penalty, but it's mind-blowing to me how this isn't a penalty. I'll try to slow this down as much as I can. It's the touch forward there by Quinn Sullivan. You can see that he's clearly past Daniel Lukić. He's going to go ahead and try to cut this inside. And right here, Lukić is going to the ground. Quinn Sullivan still in possession of the ball. And Lukić completely takes out Quinn Sullivan right there. Does not get the ball whatsoever. Just plays Quinn Sullivan. Quinn Sullivan goes to the ground here. You can see the ball not touched whatsoever by Daniel Lukić. And the referee somehow, some way says no penalty, and this game remains at 2-1 Nashville. The penalty was not given to the Union and Quinn Sullivan. Moments later, Nashville get a penalty of their own through Hani Mukhtar, highlighted on your screen, as well as Jacob Glesnes, who was involved on all 3 plays here that Nashville scored. It's a throw-in by Nashville into the Union's penalty area, and Mukhtar is going to win this ball first. It's a clash of heads between Jacob Glesnes and Hani here, and initially we think the play's dead because of the head injury, but then the VAR says, hey, look, there's enough for the referee to go take a look at this. There's a potential foul here on this play, and I do think VAR gets it correctly here. I do think Jacob Glesnes was late. We'll see this a couple more times. You see Hani clearly gets to the ball before Jacob Glesnes, and yeah, Jacob just times his challenge just extremely late there, and yeah, it's an unfortunate that both players collided of heads, and Mukhtar takes advantage of it. Paneca's Andre Blake right down the middle. And then it's 3-1 right here by Nashville. And yeah, it's an unfortunate situation there by Jacob Glesnes, but it's the correct decision. He's seconds late, and Nashville go up 3-1, on to their first win at Subaru Park. Get their penalty chance here in the 99th minute with Chris Donovan, who's highlighted here on your screen. We'll track his movement. A lot of VAR checks here in the second half, so that's why we had 11 minutes of stoppage time. So again, it's a ball played forward by Kai Wagner. Chris Donovan deflects that and gets completely taken out there by Daniel Lovitz, who made the initial challenge on Quinn Sullivan that wasn't given. Quinn Sullivan steps up for the penalty. Horrible penalty taken there by Quinn Sullivan that gets saved. And Bruno Damiani's rebounded shot also saved there by Willis. We'll see that one more time here again. Just long ball played forward here. Nashville lose out on that 50-50 ball. Chris Donovan keeps his play alive. Gets taken out. And right call there. Straight to the penalty spot. But this penalty was not greatly struck by Quinn Sullivan. Did not get enough power on this. Did not pick his corner out. And credit to Joe Willis for the save here. Damiani has the chance to put it in the back of the net. And it's straight out Joe Willis to keep this game at 3-1. Video looking at some defensive plays, mistakes by the Union in this game, and some chances created. Union very fortunate that they only conceded 3 goals in this game. Sam Surridge was causing all sorts of issues for the Union in the first half in this game. And we're going to go ahead and just look at Danley John Jock, Jovan Lukić, and Oluwatu Makanya here on this play. It's a throw-in for Nashville. All 3 of those players for the Union involved in some sort of mistake here on this throw-in that Nashville had. And so you're going to see Danley win back possession here for the Union, but it's a bad clearance there. Gets intercepted by Nashville, still keeps it alive. Missed kick there by Lukić, bad touch by Makanya there, and he does well to just clear this out, but 3 big mistakes there. Frankie Westfield sends in a cross that's cleared away by Alex Moyle, and now Nashville's going to be in with a chance. That main man again, Sam Surridge, 1v1 against Oluwatu Makanya, who actually does well here not to foul Sam Surridge in this. Does well just to hold him up. And then goes off the post. Play stays alive. Glitz misses his tackle here. And Andre Blake eventually comes up with the save. But 2 very scary moments here early on for the Union in the first half. At 2 chances that the Union created in this game. And they really did struggle to create chances in this game. And so there's only 2 notable ones with Danley John Jock and Daniel Gazdag in the second half in this game. And so we can see Lukić driving with the ball right here. It's a pass out to Kai Wagner. Long ball up top to Quinn Sullivan right here, who's going to go ahead and cut this back. Danley John Jock unmarked. Good save there by Joe Willis, and Nashville able to clear this one away. But then this is a really, really big chance before the penalty shout that the Union thought they had won with Quinn Sullivan. You're going to see the ball played forward right there to Quinn Sullivan. Going to take a touch, keep that in play, lifts his head, cross into the near post to Mikael Uhre. And Mikael does good there to flick that on to Daniel Gazdag. We'll see that again. Just these chances where it's a ball up top by Kai Wagner into Sullivan. It's a good cutback pass right here. And it's a strong shot by Danley to keep this one on target. But easy save there by Willis. But right here, this is the biggest chance. The Union should have capitalized right here, playing out of the back. Good job there by Danley to keep possession. Ball forward by Quinn Sullivan. Does well to hustle and keep this in play. And it's really a great cross into Mikael Uhre towards that front post. And you can see Daniel Gazdag in all sorts of space. Nobody's on him. Wins the 50-50 challenge there, Mikael Uhre. And look at this right here. I mean, Gazdag going to chest it down. Nobody near him. He has all the time and space in the world. Joe Willis out of position. All Gazdag has to do is take a touch right here. And he gets just way too cute with it. And instead of hitting this with power, tries to put it to the side of Joe Willis. And it eventually gets saved there with a kick save by Joe Willis.